Dis marif agus tá blian eile imethe All Ireland Gold, mar tá chluthe canisisiúmána na blian an 18 búilte lín. Níor bhéna chorúan blian ribh sin, mar de bhí Kilkenny agus Cork sa chluthe canisisiú ríis. Ach de bhí Kilkenny ar chóir gasce anna bhúr ar fad an double-double. Mar as óldíh de bhód ar craibh na héir agus craibh na strathe sa blian 18 as de bhí craibh na strathe fós in na shelibh nóair a chur tús leis a chluthe canisisiú. Níor a bhirad agus síchána bháin folamh nóair a chur an réitóir nílí dogan tús leis.
And what a crowd is gathered here. The black and amber, the Kilkenny men are here to see if their county can do what they did a year ago. And indeed at the other end of the field, there are the wearers and bearers of the red and white to see if their team can improve on last year's disappointing showing from their point of view. Cork came to Croke Park a year ago for the All-Ireland final, and well, that might be an American flag, but I've an idea it came from near the Mardyke. And here come Kilkenny onto the field. All-Ireland champions Kilkenny. 14 of this 15 men played in last year's All-Ireland final. Harry Ryan, the only one who didn't. And here he is now with his 14 assistants, as it were. That's he second to the left in the front row. And the captain, of course, Noel Skehan. Noel, who is playing today in his 7th All-Ireland final. Noel, who has won 5 All-Irelands, and he also has 3 medals as a substitute. That's he in there in the centre with the ball, but the captain is Liam Fennelly, I should say. That's Liam moving away there now, and in fact they are more anxious to get their hands on the sliotar than they are on having photographs taken. And indeed they have left the photographic bench and have gone to have a puck around in the goal down on our left, leaving a battery, and I do mean a battery, of cameramen who are looking just a little bit disconsolate at the way the Kilkenny team went away. And here comes Cork. And we welcome viewers to Channel 4 who have just joined us for this All-Ireland final here at Croke Park. This, the Cork team. These, the challengers, the champions of Munster, but the side that were favourites last year, but they failed, and today they hope to go one better. Their captain in the centre in the front row is Jimmy Barry Murphy, one of the great players of hurling. 10 of this team played in last year's final, whereas 14 of the Kilkenny men played in it. And Jimmy Barry looking round there for all the subs to come into the photo, as well as the team themselves. So there you have the Cork men, the champions of Munster. Cork, a county that has won 24 All-Ireland hurling titles against Kilkenny's 22. Now let's have a look and see how they line up. The Kilkenny team with Noel Skehan in the goal and the Henderson brothers, and you also have the Fennelly brothers. So it is quite an interesting team brotherly-wise. And of course at full forward there's Christy Heffernan, the great full forward. In fact, the game is marked by the presence of 2 brilliant full forwards. And the Kilkenny team in their black and amber stripes just pucking the ball around before the start of the game. And Cork doing likewise in their red jersey down the other end of the field. And now the Cork team. Jimmy Barry Murphy is the captain and full forward, and he, as I say, one of the greats of hurling. In at centre field now is John Buckley and John Fenton, and these are 2 players who are matched against some of the strength of Kilkenny, with Frank Cummins being a very great player in the Kilkenny centre field with Joe Fennelly. And there is Jimmy Barry Murphy, holder of 3 All-Ireland hurling medals, holder of an All-Ireland football medal, one of those players who would be great in any sport, and he is a great player. And here we have the Kilkenny man on the right, Ger Fennelly, and Frank Cummins behind him. That's John Buckley in the foreground, and John Fenton just in behind them. Referee checking his watch. And the game is on. Cork, John Buckley, Tim Crowley. And a free for Cork against Kilkenny for holding in the very early seconds of the game. And Bertie O'Murphy, who has scored a goal and 20 points in the championship so far, is going to take it just outside the 45-metre line. It's high and it's wide. Now, I know a lot of people, hurling experts, will say he should have sent that one over, and 99 times out of 100 I'd agree. But I was standing down there in that goal not so very long ago, and there's a very tricky, trappy breeze there, although the general direction of the breeze is behind the Kilkenny goal. And behind the man hitting it out, and that's Noel Skehan. He drops it 35 metres out from the Cork goal. And the forwards trying to get moving. Billy Fitzpatrick, a high one in towards the goal. Ger Cunningham gets the ball, is tackled after he has cleared it, and the referee is awarding a free to Cork because you can't foul a player as he was fouled with the tackle in beside the goal. You can't foul a player without the ball. You can't foul a player anyway, but to take this free is Tom Cashman. Tom against the breeze, up the far side. Eamon O'Donoghue for Cork going for it. That's number 15, coming away with the 2. Shortish ball into the centre. Out comes Dick O'Hara. Dick O'Hara, the bearded buccaneer, as it were, out into the centre. Frank Cummins doesn't quite get it. This is Paddy Prendergast, and he tipped it up now to Kieran Brennan of Kilkenny. Going across now for the ball, Pat Horgan. Out to Dermot McCurtain. McCurtain up along the wing, but he sends the ball out over the sideline, which is a sideline puck or a hit on the ground there for Kilkenny from the far side of the field, on the far side of the field where the ball went out over the line. Joe Hennessy to take it. A lovely cut. Oh, a lovely shot way up the field. John Crowley brings it down for Cork. He deflects it out over the sideline, and there is a line ball for Kilkenny. And this one to be taken by Kieran Brennan, who's gone out. This man who's just back from the Lebanon, where he's been part of the UN forces out there. A shortish one. Doesn't go anything like where he wants it to go. And it goes in towards the goal. Richie Power sends it in, but it is deflected out over the end line by a defender. And so the attacking team gets a shot from 65 metres out. Ger Henderson now to take this 65. Almost dead straight in front of the goal. And it is a good one. It's the first score of the game. A point by Ger Henderson right over the bar there. Hit from the 65 metres, and about 4 minutes gone in the first half with Ger Henderson the scorer. Kilkenny 1 point, Cork no score. Ger Cunningham with the puck out. Right through the centre. Locked down by Kieran Brennan. This is Frank Cummins. Brian Murphy for Cork. Out to Pat Horgan for Cork. John Fenton for Cork. Tim Crowley for Cork. Tomas Mulcahy. And Dick O'Hara for Kilkenny. Ball gone out over the sideline. Line ball just down in front of us, about 60 metres out from the Kilkenny goal, and it's to be taken by Pat Horgan. Backs and forwards going in anticipation. It's going near the end line. It's kept in play up there by Tomas Mulcahy across the goal mouth. He sends it. Frank Cummins bringing it out now onto the far side. And cleared well down the field. John Crowley batting it down, but it goes down to Jeff Bennett. Not John Crowley, but in fact over there getting the ball and batting it down was Tom Cashman. And eventually he tries to add to it still further, but Joe Hennessy is in there, and Joe Hennessy for Kilkenny way up the field. And there's a switch in the Cork team. Already John Crowley playing at left full back, and Dermot McCurtain playing at left half, and now it's Cork in the attack, and Jimmy Barry Murphy got the ball. He's trying to get through. Referee is running up from the middle of the field. Jimmy Barry Murphy still with the ball. Dick O'Hara after him, and now the referee has gone up and has awarded a free to Cork from the 20-metre line. The foul was right up near the end line, but the free on the 20-metre line, and the referee is having a word with Dick O'Hara just to cool it, Dick. And this free will be taken from an awkward angle by Bertie Oak Murphy. Very awkward angle. Kilkenny 1 point, Cork no score. It's high, it's over the bar, and the sides are level. A very nicely taken point there. Sent over by Bertie Oak Murphy, leaving it Kilkenny 1 point and Cork 1 point after, what, about 7 minutes in the first half. Long puck out by Noel Skean. Blocked down by Donald O'Grady. Tom Cashman. He's robbed by Billy Fitzpatrick. Billy sends it over the bar for a point for Kilkenny. Very quickly taken into his hand and sent over the bar. Kilkenny 2 points, Cork 1. Well, as I was saying, the switch in the Cork team has Tom Cashman at centre. The switch is all over the place. Tom Cashman is centre half back. Dermot McCurtain is left half back. John Crowley is left full back. Kieran Brennan. Christy Heffernan trying to get to it. Doesn't quite get there. This is Billy Fitzpatrick. Billy is shot across, and it's over the bar for another point. Billy, who really is unsung today, coming over from the right wing, getting the ball into his hand and making it Kilkenny 3 points, Cork 1. And almost 8 minutes gone in this first half. The puck out by Ger Cunningham. One hand swing there by Ger Fennelly. Up to Billy Fitzpatrick. Billy being chased by Tom Cashman now. And another lovely shot by Billy Fitzpatrick, but not as lovely as the others. It's gone wide. Well, Billy, who has been the main scorer, he's got 2 of the 3 Kilkenny points, going out to take his position now. Ger Cunningham, the goalkeeper. A long, long one against the wind, dropping about 50 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. Ger Henderson grabbing that ball in his hand. Ger Henderson in towards Christy Heffernan, and now it's Harry Ryan. Ryan along the ground, back out to Heffernan. Heffernan takes a shot, and Ger Cunningham has saved it in the goal. Heffernan looked as if he was in for a special there, but he's not out yet. They're still tussling in near the goal. The referee is calling for the ball. And he has awarded a free to Cork, or has he? Yes, he has. No, he's going to hop the ball. He's decided that both sides had infringed the rules there by holding down on the ground, and he's throwing the ball in between a player of each side. And Billy Fitzpatrick again, and Billy Fitzpatrick a point again. His 3rd point of the game, and Billy certainly putting his mark on this game. Kilkenny 4 points, Cork 1, after about 9.5 minutes of the first half. Well, that was certainly a great save by Ger Cunningham. All seemed lost for the Cork defence with Christy Heffernan in position to send one to the net, but a fine save by the Corkman. Tim Crowley, nicely held. Well, he nicely held the ball and somebody not so nicely held him, so there is a free. You can't hold on to a player like that. And the free by Tom Cashman is about 60 metres out from the Kilkenny goal against the breeze, far side of the field, as you can see. And the wind takes it and gives it a tail, and it goes wide. And the score remains Kilkenny 4 points, Cork 1. And Tom Cashman going back to his position now at centre half back. And marking him, incidentally, is Ger Fennelly, while Kieran Brennan has moved into centre field for Kilkenny. A game of drafts and chess here with the placings. Donald O'Grady got his stick to that one. Over to this side of the field now, and the Kilkenny men trying to get through, but not succeeding. Ball up now, where it goes to Liam Fennelly to Harry Ryan. Adam Christie pulls on one, doesn't quite get to it. He's still tussling for the ball. Pat Horgan is back there for Cork in possession. Tom Cashman hoops up this side of the field, and he may not have a hurley, but he's got a pair of boots, has the tall Kieran Hennessy. And he sends it up the field and back down it comes again. And the Kilkenny shot there that went in from Ger Fennelly and went wide. Kilkenny 4 points, Cork 1. And Ger, who as I say has moved into centre half forward, originally starting at centre field. And there seems to be somebody injured down there. Donald O'Grady in the goal, in front of the goal, the full-back for Cork is injured. The referee is having a look at him, and Dr. Con Murphy is in having a look at him too, and the referee is saying if you want to treat him, you better treat him off the field. Johnny Clifford, the trainer, is in there too, and Donald seems to have got a knock on the side of the head. Ger Cunningham with the puck out, giving his player every chance to get back because he's in no hurry to take the puck. And back comes Donald O'Grady onto the field. Greg Cummins, a lovely batting down shot there. Billy Fitzpatrick. And Billy beating 2 Corkmen. Would you believe 3? Out to Harry Ryan. Ryan is shot and Ryan a point. Harry Ryan, the only Kilkenny man who didn't play in the All-Ireland last year, putting his mark on the 83 final, putting up a point there. Kilkenny 5, Cork 1. Reminding you, Kilkenny playing with a strong breeze in this first half, and there is a whirling kind of a breeze in front of the Kilkenny goal down on our right, and that will be the misfortune of the opposing team in the next half. Ger Henderson out to the far side of the field. John Crowley going out at his leisure. But the ball knocked away from him there. Dermot McCurtain. Oh, the ball deflected in, but Brian Cody getting it for Kilkenny. This is Donald O'Grady. He was down injured a moment ago, and the way he came out with the shoulder there, you think he was going to be down again, but he's a tough man. Into John Fenton. Eamon O'Donoghue. And the ball going now to Jimmy Barry Murphy. Jimmy Barry is shot and it's gone wide. And Jimmy Barry doesn't seem to be altogether happy with that, but it was wide. The score, Kilkenny 5 points, Cork 1. Jimmy having a look at the post and shaking the head a little bit, as much as to say, I thought that one was in. Noel Skeer. Out to the wing, Liam Fennelly racing out with Brian Murphy. Liam with the ball now. Back into Christy Heffernan, but his way blocked there by Tom Cashman. This is Liam Fennelly, Brian Murphy with him. Tom Cashman in there again. Paddy Prendergast going for the ball. He's lost his stick. Bertie Oak Murphy for Cork. John Fenton for Cork. Tomas Mulcahy for Cork, way out of the halfway line. Up now to Jimmy Barry Murphy for Cork. From 45 metres out, he sees John Fenton over in the centre. Passes one. John takes a shot, and he sent it wide. A lovely build-up, the finish not so good. Cork trailing as Kilkenny lead by 5 points to 1. About 15 minutes gone in the first half. And still this howling gale blowing behind the Kilkenny men and giving Noel Skehan every assistance with the puck out. Caught there, and he's fouled as Dermot McCurtain. Caught by Dermot, nicely fielded, but he was put to the ground there with a push, and there is a free for Cork to be taken by Tom Cashman. And the wind getting a hold of it as it heads out towards the left. And Cork working the way through now. Eamon O'Donoghue's shot is over the bar, and it's the point. Eamon O'Donoghue, the left corner forward, coming out into the half line, coming out about 45 metres, getting the ball and sending it over. Kilkenny 5 points and Cork are 2, about 16 minutes of the first half. Here it is again. A lot of dithering around with the ball. Eamon gets it, and, well, he pushes his man away there, and there are those who think that he shouldn't have pushed, but he did. The score, 5-2 in favour of Kilkenny. Cork trying to get back into the attack. Over on the far side, Joe Hennessy hits the ball out over the sideline, and there is a line ball on the far side, and it is for Cork. John Fenton to take it. Just about 60 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. He hits it in, a good one, well in. Paddy Prendergast going back. He's been tackled by 2 Cork men. He's in trouble. A lot of rooting and heaving there. Eamon O'Donoghue again. Paddy Prendergast is penalised for pulling there, and they're pulling dangerously, and there is a free for Cork on the 20-metre line, and Bertie Oak Murphy is coming out to take it. Bertie Oak, who scored his one shot at score in this half so far, at least one from a scoreable shot, we'll forget about the first one. The second one was more like it. Bertie Oak, with 1 point to his credit, going now to try and get his second. Point, narrowing the gap now with Kilkenny the champions, 5 points, Cork the challengers, 3 points. Bertie Oak Murphy, the score of 2 of the 3 of the Cork points. Noel Skehan not called into any dramatic action yet. John Crowley. Eamon O'Donoghue is having a field day today. And wonderful grabbing there by Dick O'Hara. Tom Cashman. And if the referee was sitting where we were, I think he'd have seen John Buckley touching the ball on the ground, which you can't do. But the referee couldn't see through the body that was on the ground. Paddy Prendergast to take the line ball, just outside the Kilkenny 65-metre line. John Fenton clearing it out. Corkmen appealing that it went off the Kilkenny stick. And they're right. Pat Hogan to take the line ball. He doesn't really want to, but he's going to. And it's gone out over the sideline, off a Corkman, and it is a line ball for Kilkenny. Paddy Prendergast again. Paddy pointing that a Corkman is standing too near him, but the ball is hit and is sent up the field by Kieran Brennan into Christy Heffernan, and Christy with the ball in his hand now. 2 Corkmen around him, but he gets the ball out to the wing, and with a passing movement breaks down as Richie Power didn't quite manage to hold on to it as it went to him, and the ball sent out over the sideline for a line ball for Kilkenny. Every time Christy Heffernan goes for the ball, somebody seems to throw an electric switch in the teams and in the crowd. Nice line ball by Joe Hennessy. And the referee is awarding a free to Kilkenny. Some infringement that he saw there, and the free to Kilkenny will be taken by Billy Fitzpatrick. Billy, who has scored 3 points so far for Kilkenny, bidding now for number 4. Getting a bit of the razz from the Cork followers in the terraces. He takes his shot, he sends it over the bar, increasing the Kilkenny lead. And Kilkenny lead now by 6 points to 3. And that Kilkenny score, well, adding still further to the total of Billy Fitzpatrick, now at 4 points. This is John Buckley with the ball, and from way out the field he sends a high one, and it's a good one. Well held in the centre of the field by John Buckley, and before you could say John Buckley, it was sailing over the crossbar, narrowing the gap to 2 points again. 6-4 in favour of Kilkenny. About 21 minutes gone in this first half. 21 of the 35 minutes gone. Under the dropping ball, Tom Cashman knocks it down. Comes out to Pat Horgan. Cork playing a lot better in the last 5 minutes than they had been, but this is Ger Henderson coming in to alter that situation. Ger Cunningham lets it slip from his hand momentarily. Now he's lost his stick. He'd do with assistance down there. He gets the ball up between his legs, between his boots, makes the ball hop, gets it into his hand and clears it out. Line ball for Kilkenny, 60 metres out on the far side of the field from the Kilkenny goal, and Joe Hennessy is going to take it. Well, that's one way of getting a good view. And Billy Fitzpatrick again. John Crowley trying to get at him, but Billy's shot is good. It's over the bar. Another point, his 5th of the game, and that is Kilkenny's 7th. Kilkenny 7, Cork 4. And Billy certainly having the game of his life today. He seems to be getting a certain amount of space in which to move down there, with John Crowley trying very hard to cut off that space, but not succeeding up to now. Tim Crowley, John Fenton, nicking the ball rather than letting it go out over the line. Jimmy Barry Murphy in towards the goal mouth, and it's a save there, a save by Noel Skeen. A very good save too. Out comes the ball to this side now, Kevin Hennessy. And Kevin's shot is over the bar. A nice point for Cork. Kevin Hennessy getting that one to make the score now. Kilkenny 7 points, Cork 5. A shot there by Bertie O'Murphy, very well stopped by Noel Skeen, but the whole movement winding up with the Kevin Hennessy point. 7-5. Kilkenny the leaders, 23 minutes gone. And that wind putting the pressure on the Cork defence as Harry Ryan gets the ball. Harry is grounded with a push in the back there, and there is a free which is to Kilkenny, dead straight in front of the goal, and a chap called Billy Fitzpatrick, whose name you have certainly heard during the afternoon, is going to take it. Over the bar, the 8th point for Kilkenny, the 6th for Billy Fitzpatrick. So it is Kilkenny 8 points, Cork 5. And this is the type of hurler that makes it all look so easy, whether he's sending one over from a free or whether in fact he's playing against a player shoulder to shoulder. Puck out, Frank Cummins for Kilkenny. Dropping ball, Christy Heffernan putting his hand up, the ball breaks down to Liam Fennery, he's trying to get it in. The backs are trying to get it out, John Crowley's got it now, he gets it out to the wing, Dermot McCurtain is out there. Richie Power after him, Corkman gets his puck in, but it goes out over the sideline line ball for Kilkenny. Kilkenny 8, Cork 5. John Fenton, who's been on and off the team. He's been in and out like a weatherman, but he's certainly doing okay today. Line ball taken by Joe Hennessy into the goal mouth, added to by Christy Heffernan high in the air, and it is another point for Kilkenny. I think Christy got his stick to that one all right. A swing high in the air, increasing the lead to Kilkenny 9 points, Cork 5. And here it is again, coming into the goal mouth. There's Christy Heffernan putting the stick up, and he appears to have contacted all right. And now back with the live action. Bertie O'Murphy for Cork across into the centre, and Kevin Hennessy sends it over. Every time Kilkenny get a point, or nearly every time they get one, Cork come back and get one. It's Kilkenny 9, Cork 6, and Kevin Hennessy, the red-haired wonder of attack, has got 2 of Cork 6. Noel Skehan's puck again. Another long one with the wind behind it. Billy Fitzpatrick, John Crowley after him. Still Billy Fitzpatrick, but the ball knocked away by a Cork man, and there is a line ball for Kilkenny. 40 metres out from the Cork goal, far side of the field, Joe Hennessy to take it. And Billy moving in now into an attacking position in near the goal, just in case it had come his way. Harry Ryan trying to get it in. Pat Hogan trying to get it out. John Buckley gets it out a bit. This is Bertie O'Murphy for Cork. Tim Crowley and Joe Hennessy. Joe Hennessy for Kilkenny up along the right wing. Going, gone. Out over the sideline, and there is a line ball for Cork. It's about 20 metres out from their, well, a little bit less, from their own goal line. John Crowley to take the line ball. He cuts it, the breeze catches it. Ball goes now to Harry Ryan across into the centre now, and Frank Cummins with the ball going through. A shot, no, the shot is knocked down. He tries to get, and it is a goal! A goal for Kilkenny! The goal for Kilkenny is Ger Cunningham came out for it, and it was deflected into the net. The ball goes now to Harry Ryan. Ryan across now to Frank Cummins. Frank Cummins with the ball. And he's going so slow now we can hardly see him. But we'll come back with the play. And it is Bertie O'Murphy for Cork now. Bertie O'Murphy with it now. Steady himself. A shot and a point for Cork. But that goal, that was a real clincher for Kilkenny. Kilkenny 1-9 and Cork now 6 points, or 7 points, 1-9 to 7 points. But that goal coming in from the attacking move of Frank Cummins, deflected eventually to the net, putting the Kilkenny men into the lead. Noel Skehan. Long ball up the field, Tom Cashman hand passes it out to Dermot McCurtain. McCurtain out the far side. And Ger Henderson trying to work his way up. Eamon O'Donoghue. John Fenton now for Cork, and he is fouled by Cushing, and the referee awards a free to Cork, and it is 65 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. Tom Cashman to take it. Wind aided Kilkenny 1-9. Cork 7 points. It's high, and once again a shot down wide. I said early on that there is a very treacherous kind of whirling breeze down around the Canal goal on our right, and the Cork forwards are finding that out. Noel Skehan looking worried. And Ger Henderson out in the centre of the field is having attention. His brother Pat, the chief mentor for Kilkenny, coming in to have a look. Seems to be knee trouble. And the referee is telling him that for attention he'll have to leave the field, but Ger comes out to take his position and does not leave the field. 1-9 for Kilkenny, 7 points for Cork. Christy Heffernan got his hand to that, but it disappeared to Tom Cashman. Pat Horgan. One-handed swing there by Frank Cummins. Paddy Prendergast and Bertie O'Murphy. Tomas Mulcahy racing for it now. Brian Cody. Jimmy Barry waiting for the ball to come back out as it does. He's been tackled by John Henderson up here, and John brings it out over the end line, and there's a 65 for Cork. Kilkenny 1-9, Cork 7 points. Just about 30 minutes gone in the first half. Tom Cashman beleaguered by the breeze to take this one. Linesman placing the ball on the 65-meter line, very near the sideline. And this is a dropper. Trying to get in with it, and whoops-a-daisy. A free out, but the free out was penalising Eamon O'Donoghue for going too far with the ball, but after the whistle was gone, he had nowhere to go but down. But I think he's all right. Just shaking in there. Free out by Noel Skehan. Out towards the wing, Billy Fitzpatrick. Out there now, Ger Fennelly. Ger Fennelly cutting in with the ball into Christy Heffernan. Heffernan is shot, the save again by Ger Cunningham. A shot by Christy Heffernan, who tried to palm it to the net, but the Cork goalkeeper read what he was going to do, got there first and saved a certain goal. But it did go out over the end line of the Cork defence, and so it is a 65 for Kilkenny to be taken about 5 metres to the right of the railway goal down on the left. High one over the bar. Ger Henderson, the scorer, his second score of the game, making it now Kilkenny 1 goal and 10 points, Cork 7 points, with about 3 minutes left in the first half. Is this lead big enough for Kilkenny? Will they increase it indeed in the 3 minutes? Or can the Corkman cut it down? A long one against the breeze. Out goes Brian Cody, the full-back. And the referee penalises a Cork man for chopping down on the stick of the Kilkenny man, and there is a free for Kilkenny outside the 45-metre line. Linesman pointing back that it should be inside the 45-metre line. And Ger Henderson takes it. It's gone, deflected out over the end line, and it is a 65. A 65 for Kilkenny. That lovely dropping ball in there. It could have been a goal if it was hit by a Kilkenny man. It wasn't. It was hit by a Cork man. Ger Henderson again, bidding for his 3rd point of the game. Almost in front of the goal. It's high, it's to the left, it's wide, and the score remains Kilkenny 1 goal and 10 points, Cork 7 points, and about 2 minutes left in this first half. 1 goal equaling 3 points, so it is 13 points to 7. Ger Cunningham. Good puck up the field, but Joe Hennessy reads it well. His clearance is blocked, however, by Jimmy Barry Murphy. Jimmy Barry beaten by Ger Henderson, and the referee goes up and awards a free to Kilkenny for a foul charge in there on Ger Henderson. Referee having a word with Tim Crowley, and now going in to have a look. This is Tim Crowley, who was involved in the collision there. And at the other end of the collision is Ger Henderson. And Ger gets up, resumes his place. He isn't taking the free himself this time. Noel Skehan has come out from the goal to do it. And in a game earlier in the year, he actually scored a point from about there. He's not going to do it this time, but it's a lovely ball. And no, the referee has blown his whistle. Referee has blown his whistle because the Kilkenny forwards were in too near the goalkeeper before the ball got in there. We're near the half-time whistle now. Ger Cunningham to take the puck out, or the free out as it is. John Fenton, the referee, calling for the ball, and I think he's going to give the semi-long whistle. It is half-time, and the teams head off for the dressing rooms. Down on our right, referee Lady Duggan leads the field, and so after an interesting, if not brilliant, first half, the Kilkenny men lead with the score 1 goal and 10 points to Cork's 7 points.
Tatchuk cwy nomet yn ymwyd gadol gyffoil. Ce gefeg yn corn y dol y wele. Ond meg se glin ffeneli y dol gyda Kilkenny nhw ei Jimmy Barry o mor y chwy y dol gyda Cork. Fannig ei lein, beg yn dar y lachwyf, torreis yn frysio.
There he is, dreaming of the day that someday he will wear those colours and be not just the mascot, but the big boy himself. And I have an idea that he might well be young Cummins, that he might be Frank Cummins' son. Here we have the Cork men coming out now, and I just wonder what they hatched in an effort to change that scoreboard. Shawnee Leary just going out there, one of the subs. We'll just have a check around to see that there are no changes in personnel. Well, there's Christy Heffernan. There's no chance of him being taken off. Although, believe it or not, the first day he played for Kilkenny, it was as a back, as a minor, an under-18 game. He was taken off the county team, and he wasn't even included in the panel for the rest of the championship. That was when he was a minor. Now they don't take him off anymore. Well, checking round, I don't see any changes of personnel or dramatic changes in placings. Kieran Brennan is centre field for Kilkenny, with their Ger Fennelly gone centre half forward, but that's not news. And there's the throw-in. The second half is on, and Kilkenny in the attack. Billy Fitzpatrick, Christy Heffernan. Ball breaks now, and it goes to Ger Fennelly, into Harry Ryan. Ryan trying to get through, and a shot, and a goal! A goal by Richie Power, and that's the kind of goal that wins All-Ireland Championships, although Richie has got a knock on the way. A hand pass in from Ger Fennelly to Harry Ryan. Harry Ryan tips it on his stick, then hand passes it in, and it's tipped in there by Richie Power, and Kilkenny lead 2-10 to 7 points. And here comes Brian Cody. Oh, a goal coming at that time. What a blessing that was for Kilkenny. They may be playing against the wind, but they've increased their lead. Pat Horgan for Cork. Kevin Hennessy. And the ball deflected out over the end line there by Noel Skehan. Noel certainly had that one watching Jimmy Barry Murphy to see if he was going to get his stick to it. And Noel it was who got the stick to deflect it out over the end line. 2-10 for Kilkenny, 7 points for Cork. Tom Cashman to take what could be a very important 65, because Cork badly near the goal at this stage. Deflected across the goal mouth. Joe Hennessy trying to get it out there, and also in the middle of it all was Tim Crowley, but the ball has gone off a Cork man and it's gone wide. Noel Skehan against the wind. Let's see what happens. Well, it drops into the centre of the field, and Frank Cummins getting his hand to it. Christy Heffernan, he's got it in his hand, back to Billy Fitzpatrick. Referee lets the play go on. Ger Fennelly being tackled by Donald O'Grady, being held by Donald O'Grady, free to Kilkenny. Out on the 20-metre line, and Billy Fitzpatrick to take it. He's already scored 6 points. Awkward enough angle. And it's over the bar. Yes, over the bar, no doubt about it. But the umpires hesitated for a moment. Over the bar for a point, and that makes 7 points for Billy Fitzpatrick. 2 goals and 11 points for Kilkenny. 7 points for Cork. 10 points between them. And this puck out by Ger Cunningham way down the field. Harry Ryan. Liam Fennelly, but doesn't get there quick enough. Line ball for Cork. Badly in need of a goal at this stage to get them back into the game. Pat Horgan is going to take it. Frank Cummins, Joe Fennelly, feeding the Billy Fitzpatrick wing again. Cork have switched by Murphy over to him, but he's still going through. Ball knocked away. Tom Cashman, John Fenton, Ger Henderson for Kilkenny, Dermot McCurtain for Cork, tackled by Richie Power. Jimmy Barry Murphy. Ger Henderson after him. Nice pass, but intercepted there by Joe Hennessy. And Joe, with a short grip of the stick, sends it centre field. Cork back in the attack again. Bertie Oak-Murphy. Grabbed. Come on, no! That's the goal that Cork wanted to get back in the game. Tomas Mulcahy grabbing it and crashing it to the bottom left-hand side of the goal. And here it is. Bertie Oak-Murphy, harassed by 2 Kilkenny men, gets the ball in. Tomas Mulcahy steadies himself and hits it low and hard. One of those ground balls that can beat so many goalkeepers. 2-11 to 1-7, and now the game has come to life. Eamon O'Donoghue pushed from the back by John Henderson, free to Cork. Inside the 45-metre line. $17 points to 10. And this free by Bertie Oak-Murphy in front of the goal. It's about 35 metres out. And he's satisfied to tap it over the bar to narrow the gap. And the score is now 2 goals and 11 points for Kilkenny, 1 goal and 8 points for Cork. 17 to 11, Bertie Oak-Murphy, his 4th point. And the ball is pucked out into the centre of the field. Paddy Prendergast with it now. Dermot McCurtain. John Buckley. Under pressure. Nicely hooped by Frank Cummins, and what a grand game Frank is having. Donald O'Grady, he lets it go back behind him. Brian Murphy, Billy Fitzpatrick, and gone back now is John Crowley. John being tackled and fouled by Billy Fitzpatrick with the hurling around his neck there, and there is a free out for Cork. Ger Cunningham to take it, 2-11 to 1-8. 17 points to 11. Goalkeeper comes out to take the free. He's high, he lets the wind do the carrying. Brian Cody goes up for it. Jimmy Barry Murphy feeding it out to the wing. Dick O'Hara's out there. Tomas Mulcahy is out there after him. Ball gone off the Kilkenny man, and it is a 65 for Cork. And the crowd behind the goal on our left really getting into it now. And there's more than that flag there, I can assure you. Tom Cashman to take it. Tom, who had trouble getting to master the wind in the first half. He never really did. What will he do now with the wind behind him? They're trying for goals here. There was a low one. The ball breaks now to Ger Fennelly. Ger up the wing. This is Tom Cashman. up along the wing, gone out to try and get it, but can't. It's Ross Mulcahy, ball gone wide. The score still 2-11 for Kilkenny, 1-8 for Cork. 8 minutes gone, or just under 8 for in this second half, and just 6 points between them. Referee tootling on the whistle for Noel Skehan to take the puck out. And Noel against the breeze drops it about 50 metres out from the Cork goal, up to Christy Heffernan. Christy's got it in his hand. Oh, Paul Daniels has nothing on this fella. I don't know how he got it, but he did. He gets this one back now to Ger Fennelly. Ger is bottled up, and Ger very dramatically goes to the ground there. And, well, he may be badly hurt, but for my money, it's not too bad. I think he got it on the nose. But if we watch him, we'll see that things aren't quite as bad as they appear. Billy Fitzpatrick, he's the taker of this one. And he sends it over the bar, yet another, the 8th point of the game for Billy. The score: Kilkenny 2 goals and 12 points to Cork's 1 goal and 8. Ger Cunningham. Nicely feeds it back there by Ger Henderson. Tim Crowley stepping into the gap, drawing on it as he had to in the position, but he sent it wide. Tim, who he could have played and fiddled with that one, but if he did, the whole of Kilkenny would have descended upon him. He hit it quickly, but just that bit too quickly. Noel Skehan's puck out. Ger Henderson. Ger Fennelly. Coming out now, Donald O'Grady. There's a fella called Heffernan in the centre in case anything goes wrong. It doesn't. Nicely held there by Tim Crowley. Nicely blocked down by Ger Henderson. Nicely taken again by Tim Crowley. Gone out now to get it. John Fenton. Bertie O'Murphy. But these Kilkenny men, they just won't let things settle for Cork. Brian Murphy. Up this side of the field now. Eamon O'Donoghue and John Henderson going for it together. The Kilkenny man gets it. Frank Cummins. And the referee has penalised Frank Cummins for charging with the ball. And the free for Cork is about 50 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. A bright sun shining into the eyes of goalkeeper Noel Skehan now, who has donned a peak cap of the baseball variety. There's a man suffering. And this one can be an important one. In fact, every one is an important one. Bertie O'Murphy to take it. Kilkenny man Ger Fennelly standing very close to him. And Bertie O lobs it out towards the right, and it has gone wide. Certainly Ger Fennelly was very, very close to Bertie O taking that one. May or may not have put him off the ball. 2-12 to 1-8, Kilkenny leading. The wind really catching that one. Ger Henderson getting it. Knocked down by John Fenton. This is Kevin Hennessy trying to work it, and he gets a free. The referee has awarded a free against Joe Hennessy, who is giving a demonstration of dissatisfaction out on the field. The free for putting the hurley over the shoulder of the opposing player, and Joe Hennessy getting his name put in the book for dissent. And in fact, no, I thought the referee was going to advance the free 10 metres as he has the option to do, but he didn't. Bertie O'Murphy over the bar, and another point for Cork, making it now 2-12 for Kilkenny, 1-9 for Cork. And that is the 5th point of the game, scored by Bertie O'Murphy, and at this stage, 12 minutes gone in the second half, there are 6 points between them. Noel Skehan and the breeze really taking over. Noel doesn't even get it to halfway. Tim Crowley trying to hoosh the ball. He gets it to Kevin Hennessy. Hennessy's shot is hooked. The ball eventually goes in towards the goal. and it is Noel Skehan placing his clearance out to the wing, but this doesn't quite work out because Tomas Mulcahy has come across from the far wing, and they're playing ducks and drakes up here. Tomas is shot across the goal mouth and it's gone wide. The score remains Kilkenny 2 goals and 12, Cork 1 goal and 9. Tomas came across from the right to the left, fed the ball to the right. There was nobody there because Tomas was over on the left. Hook out by Noel Skehan. And the breeze has, if anything, got stronger and stronger. Dropping ball here. And the referee penalises John Buckley for holding on to Frank Cummins. Just inside their own 65-metre line, a free for Kilkenny to be taken by Ger Henderson. There's a switch in the Cork team. We'll tell you about it in a moment. Tim Crowley is coming outfield, whether he's going centre field or not. But Ger Henderson takes the free. Donald O'Grady, Ger Fennelly. And the ball gone out over the sideline. Line ball for Cork, and it's about 35 metres out from their own goal. John Buckley left half forward, and at centre field Tim Crowley for Cork. Their latest move to try to do something about a scoreboard that says Kilkenny 2-12, Cork 1-9. Pat Horgan. Ger Henderson. Frank Cummins out to the wing to Kieran Brennan. Rod there to help him. Frank Cummins there to rob him again. John Fenton. Bertie Oak Murphy. Ger Henderson. And a mighty effort there by Ger Henderson up the field. This is Billy Fitzpatrick now. Brian Murphy after him. Billy's shot is high from an impossible angle, and he has sent it over the bar. It was an impossible angle, even for him, but he made it possible. That's his 9th point of the game. The score, Kilkenny 2 goals and 13 points, Cork 1 goal and 9. And it looks as if Ger Henderson is down injured on the far side of the field, about 14 minutes gone in this second half. Referee says, hold on a second. That mighty effort of Ger's on the far side, where he thundered his way past a couple of Cork men before clearing the ball up the field, seems to have taken its toll of him. But knowing Ger, yes, I was just going to say, knowing Ger, the Warrior will battle on. And he certainly looks exhausted. And the puck out to come now from Ger Cunningham, who is going back into the goal now. Another long one. The pressure on the Kilkenny defence now. A whip ball by... Oh, great save there by Noel Skehan. A whip ball by Kevin Hennessy. This is Jimmy Barry Murphy. This is John Fenton coming into it. But here is Kieran Brennan. Brennan out now to Liam Fennelly. Liam Fennelly out to the far side of the field. And it is Christy Heffernan got inside his man. And here comes Christy with a man inside him. He doesn't get that far. The referee has blown the whistle for a very obvious foul on Christy Heffernan, who was either going hell for leather for the goal or was going to plant the ball into Harry Ryan inside him. A free for Kilkenny on the 20-metre line, and Billy Fitzpatrick is going to take it. 2:13 to 1-9, the score as of now. And he's satisfied to tap it over the bar. Billy Fitzpatrick's 10th score of the game, and Kilkenny's 2-goal and 14-point total is against Cork's 1 goal and 9. In fact, Billy Fitzpatrick's total is only 2 points behind the entire Cork total. And up comes the ball again into the defence. And again the defence stands strong. Tim Crowley and Ger Henderson. Eamon O'Donoghue, Kevin Hennessy. Still Kevin Hennessy. But it's belted off his boot or stick or something there by Brian Cody. Kevin Hennessy getting full value, or maybe too much value out of the ball, but what a solo effort it was. A 65 for Cork. And Pat Horgan is going to take this one. Favoured by the breeze. 65 metres out from the Kilkenny goal. Dropping one. Moleskine belts it down and then taps it out. Going out after it now, Kevin Hennessy. Ger Henderson out after him. Kevin, a dangerous lobbing ball. Blocked down and cleared out now by Dick O'Hara. Kieran Brennan, John Fenton, Tom Cashman. Grabbed in there by Frank Cummins. Frank Cummins, a shortish clearance, but worth a lot. This is Paddy Prendergast. The pass is a bit too long. Goes to Pat Horgan. In towards the goal mouth, to the left and wide, and the score still remains. 2 goals and 14 points for Kilkenny. 1 goal and 9 for the Cork men. And it looks as if Cork are making a substitution. Francis Collins is on the Cork team, and going off the Cork team is John Fenton, which comes as a little bit of a surprise. Moleskine with the puck out. Dermot McCurtain. Tim Crowley. Ger Henderson. What a rock this man is. And now Francis Collins, his first touch of the ball. Tomas Mulcahy. Ball comes now to John Buckley. Buckley trying to work his way through. A shot and a point as John Buckley gets that one and sends it over. A goal and 10 for the Cork men. 2 goals and 14 for Kilkenny. Two goals and 14 for Kilkenny. 1 goal and 10 for Cork. 20 points to 13. 7 points between them, and about 19 of the 35 minutes gone in this second half. Francis Collins. Now Harry Ryan. He may be a forward, but he's a very effective assistant to the defence now. Christy Heffernan going back for it near the end line. Right across the goal mouth, Ger Fennelly. Oh, he doesn't grab it. Frank Cummins gets it a bit in. This is Ger Fennelly. His puck is blocked down. Tim Crowley, oh, a fresh air shot. You don't see many of them. Dermot McCurtain. John Buckley over his head. Eamon O'Donoghue. Tomas Mulcahy can't grab it. It goes off his hand, out over the end line and wide. I wonder, will Cork put in another attacker to add further life to the attack, which doesn't seem to be breaking down a very powerful defence. 240 for Kilkenny, 110 for Cork. Moleskine's puck out comes to Ger Henderson, to Frank Cummins. Frank Cummins playing the same great game as he played a year ago. Ball deflected towards the goal. Ger Cunningham tripped in position and possession, and there is a free out for Cork. Ger Cunningham going to take it himself. And for Cork, it better be a long run. It is a long run. Bertie Oak Murphy trying to get it. Frank Cummins is held, and there's a free out for Kilkenny. 21 minutes gone. Second half. Ger Henderson looking a lot fitter than he did about 5 minutes ago. Oh, not a very long one, but it works just as good as a good one. But the puck by Frank Cummins is blocked down. Kieran Brennan. Out to the far side, Pat Horgan. Paddy Prendergast. Tom Cashman. Harry Ryan. Dermot McCurtain. Another lobbing ball. And it is Brian Cody getting it out to this side of the field. Cork have made some switches in the attack. More about that in a moment. Jimmy Barry Murphy has come out into the half line and Kevin Hennessy has gone full forward. Line ball for Kilkenny, 50 metres out from their own goal, 2:14 to 1-4. And it's gone out over the sideline, line ball for Cork. Dermot McCurtain tic-tacking for something to the sideline. I think it's a drink he's looking for, a mouthwash. But they haven't seen him. Brian Murphy along the ground, getting the ball, Liam Fennelly, and the referee penalises Tom Cashman for putting his two arms around the Kilkenny man. Ger Henderson, one of the two Henderson brothers on the Kilkenny team. Referee saying put it back where it was. And Ger is quite willing to use up all the time he can in doing that. Now John Buckley is standing very close, just as the Kilkenny man was some time ago. Again, time is ticking away. And it's high, and it has gone out over the end line and wide. The score remains Kilkenny 2-14. That is a total of 20 points. Cork 110. That is a total of 13. The puck out, not a very long one, but long enough. It goes to Francis Collins. Collins, a shot from the center of the field, and a point. Make it 2-14 to, the score now 2-14 to 111. And there's going to be another Cork substitution, I think, in a few moments, but we'll follow the play. Tim Crowley, nicely intercepted there by Joe Hennessy. Kieran Brennan. Tom Cashman in under it, so also Kilkenny men. The ball breaks to Liam Fennelly. Harry Ryan. Kieran Brennan. Liam Fennelly. This is Tom Cashman. Intended for Bertie O'Murphy, and not only intended, but it gets there. Tomas Mulcahy with the ball now, but Dick O'Hara pushing him out of the way, and the clearance for Kilkenny. Pat Horgan now. And Christy Heffernan after him, and Christy knocks the ball off his stick. And the Cork substitute getting ready to come in over there. It's Tony O'Sullivan. Tony, who came to the game last year with a reputation as long as your arm. He didn't have a great game. He has been having some illness problems over the last few months, otherwise he would surely be on the team, but he's going to be on this game before very long. Tomas Mulcahy into the centre, but it's Joe Hennessy. Joe Hennessy to Kieran Brennan. Brennan way up the field, and John Crowley lets it go past him. Richie Powell. Out comes Ger Cunningham. Long clearance that becomes an attack. Bertie O doesn't get this one. Paddy Prendergast does. Dermot McCurtain beaten to that one, in fact letting it go by him. And the referee is going to hop the ball there because they were getting nowhere. Tony O'Sullivan coming in on the far side. We'll sort out who's going off in a moment as the ball is being thrown in. Tom Cashman out over the sideline, and it is Tomas Mulcahy who's going off, and Tony O'Sullivan is on at right half forward. Right half forward on Paddy Prendergast, where he started last year's All-Ireland final. But Tony went off last year. This year he comes on. 2:14 to 111. Kilkenny the leaders. Francis Collins. Joe Hennessy. Pat Horgan. And the ball deflected out. The sun very tricky there for Noel Skean. Noel deflecting it out over the end line for a 65. The scoreboard reads 2:14 to 111 in favour of Kilkenny. The stopwatch says about 27 minutes gone, and it is 6 points between them. Pat Horgan high and to the right and wide. And it's still 6 points between them, and that is a costly one indeed. In fact, at this stage, every miss by Cork is a costly miss. Noel Skeans puck out again, centre field. Tim Crowley down to John Buckley. And Buckley hooped there by the incoming Liam Fennelly. Ger Henderson. Tim Crowley. And the referee penalising Tim Crowley, or not penalising Liam Fennelly, I should say, and there's a free to Cork. Pat Hogan in a hurry to take it. Coming over now. That's the Kilkenny 65-metre line. He's just inside it. A lobbing ball in towards the goal mouth. It is gone over the end line and has gone wide. And Dick O'Hara is trying to extricate himself from Bertie O'Murphy, or indeed vice versa. And Pat Hogan, well, the last couple of shots, not too good. Are we building up to a grandstand last 6 minutes by Cork? Jimmy Barry Murphy, so much out of the game up to now. Out now towards 216, because there was nobody in that wide open space. Dick O'Hara. Sean O'Leary is coming into the Cork team, and that's the man I had in my mind some time ago. The goal-getting Shawnee going into the forward line, and Bertie O'Murphy going off. Has the throw of this dice been too late, or is it in time to pull the game out of the Kilkenny fire? That's Kieran Brennan. Pat Hogan. And the Ger Fennelly way up the field. Ger Cunningham. Donald O'Grady. Oh dear. Oh, Donald says to heck with it, I'll pick it. Dermot McCurtain. Ball lobbing loose, Jimmy Barry Murphy with it now. In the direction of the goal, it's gone off Joe Hennessy, who's appealing with his hands that it's gone wide. How it could have been wide, only Joe can visualize. A 65 for the Corkmen as they press home in the last minutes of the game. They are trailing by 6 points, 2 goals. They have about 5 minutes in which to save the game. Kilkenny have 5 minutes in which to hold on. Pat Hogan into the goal mouth. It is saved. The goal! It's a goal! It's a goal, and I think Sean O'Leary could be the one that got it. It was another one of the deflected shots. Here is the shot, the 65 by Pat Hogan. It comes into the goal mouth. There's a tussle into the goal. Kevin Hennessy is in there, and Sean O'Leary is the one who finished it. So it's 2:14 to 2:11, 3 points between them, a goal between them, and less than 5 minutes left in the game. This is what we thought was going to happen in the last 5 minutes or so, and this is what is happening. It is Ger Henderson out now to Harry Ryan, and the Kilkenny men coming back. Harry giving a little bit of an exhibition. Donald O'Grady. And O'Grady's clearance out over the sideline, giving Kilkenny a line ball, and this one about 45 metres out from the Cork goal. Kilkenny leading by 3 points, and deservedly so. 2:14 to Cork's 2:11. Paddy Prendergast. And Tom Cashman's puck is blocked down. It goes off the Kilkenny man, and it is a Cork ball. All Cork moving up the field. All Kilkenny going back to build a wall. Pat Hogan. Tim Crowley. And Tim Crowley being chased by Frank Cummins. Shaking off the chaser. Towards the goal. Brian Cody trying to get it out eventually. Belted out to the far side. And Frank Cummins with it now, tipping it back, and the referee penalises Frank for throwing his hurling away. And now in the dying moments of the game, Cork with a chance to equalise. We haven't had a draw in an All-Ireland final since 1959, I think it was. Pat Horgan. Grabbed now by Kevin Hennessy. Hennessy shot. Oh, and it's got inches wide. Inches wide. Kevin Hennessy with a shot that had everybody beaten except Kevin Hennessy. It went wide, and the score is 2-14 to 2-11. Noel Skehan. Liam Fennelly doesn't hold on to it. The ball kept in play by Joe Hennessy. Here's Tom Cashman. Ger Henderson. And this is Joe Hennessy. Joe Hennessy with a good ball up the field. Going out now, Brian Murphy for Cork. Pulled on but missed. And Pat Horgan recovering for Cork. Kevin Hennessy under the ball. He's trying to break his way through. Out now to John Buckley. Buckley, his way blocked, but he takes his shot and he sends it over the bar. And now there are 2 points between them. 2 points between them. The score, 2 goals and 14 points for Kilkenny, 2 goals and 12 for Cork, and Kilkenny now are making some positional changes and indeed are bringing on a sub, and the sub who is on is Cody Lannon. Cody Lannon is on, and going off is Richie Power. Noel Skehan with the pick out, and they puck out into the centre of the field. John Buckley with the ball now. And a hand pass across to the far side, but the referee penalises him for losing his hurling. Did he drop or was he robbed? The same question there as there was some time ago with Frank Cummins on the far side of the field. About 2 minutes left of the game, 2 points between them. Ger Henderson, who will not break any track records in taking it. Lobbing ball. Comes out, Tim Crowley throws his everything at it. Tom Cashman now is on the ground and there's a free for Cork. Cork wind assisted and about 50 metres out from the Kilkenny goal, and Pat Horgan takes it. Meanwhile, Tom Cashman is down injured, but the play goes on as Cork try to win it with 14 men, or not to win it so much as to draw level as they're trying to do at this stage. Ball is out on the far side of the field. Referee has called for the ball, and Kilkenny are the champions. Kilkenny are the champions. They've weathered a rough Cork storm in the finish. When I say rough, a hard one. A Cork storm when they came back and threw everything at the Kilkenny men. But Kilkenny have completed the double-double. They have once again beaten Cork. Kilkenny 2-14. Cork 2-14 for Kilkenny. For Cork 2 goals and 12. 2 points between them. Christy Heffernan and Brian Murphy there a moment ago with their arms around one another. Kilkenny set the pattern with early dominance. And the Corkmen came back. Yes, Kilkenny are back. The Corkmen came back at them in the closing stages and got to within 2 points of them. Meanwhile, Tom Cashman has cramp trouble out on the field, is being attended to. That's Tom, and it is a cramp that he's having fixed up down there at the moment.
Out on, top of Lucas Gale, Art Stewart, back in the glow. The one of weakest, and the one the back end did it, a whole cow doing couldn't turn so at Lockett, after the house of Rascal D. Kilkenny and Rinse. Well, that look weakest of the one of Trainer, Ned Torrey, and Rooney, Duff Jury, and the Stocky A. Junior Galore to Rascal Kilkenny on show. On behalf of the Kilkenny panel, I would just like to thank everyone concerned with winning this cup. I would like to thank Pat Henderson. Without Pat, I don't know what we do. I'd like to thank the selectors, Mick O'Neill, the chairman, Tom Ryan, Mick Croshy, Pat Delaney, and Brendan Sullivan. I'd like to thank all supporters from Kilkenny down here today, and all the supporters all over the world. I would not like to forget Cork. who came through Munster this year what no one thought they would do. They came up and gave us one hell of a game. It's probably the hardest game we had in the 2 years that we are on top at the moment. I would like to give great credit to our doctors. They have helped us through the year, the 3 cuddies. Now, I would like to give 3 cheers for Cork. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Gonna be the market!
Well, it's very obvious that Liam is a very, very happy man. Not only 2 penalties, incidentally, on the team, but 2 more of the clan amongst the substitutes. And President Hillary there talking to Liam Fennelly. And the Kilkenny team going to make the way down the steps out into the crowd, waiting to hail them the champions. Champions for 2 years in a row, and no doubt already thinking of what about 3 in a row.